What will Wall Street investment bankers and bums do if they switch identities? Today, let's watch the story of a $1 bet changing the fate of two people, trading places. Louis is the senior president of Duke and Duke Commodity Brokers. He lives in a high-end villa and has a personal butler. He is in charge of the futures trading of Duke and Duke Commodity Brokers. On this day, he sees information about pork and predicts that the price of pork will rise. The Duke brothers are also on the road watching the price fluctuations of pork futures. The younger brother Small D thinks that the price is going to drop, and he is about to sell, but his older brother Big D stops him. He trusts Louis's judgment. Sure enough, pork prices fluctuate for a while and then rise, and this transaction earns them an extra $340,000. Although they all recognize Louis's ability very much, Big D and Small D have different views. Small D thinks that Louis is mature and stable. It is lucky to have such a person running the company. A person like Louis will climb to the top wherever he goes. Big D believes that people are the product of the environment. Louis's success is the product of a nice environment, not because of how good this person is. The other dude in the story, Billy, is a homeless man who pretends to be a beggar and cheats when he has nothing to do. He happens to be caught by the police this day, and when Billy runs away, he bumps into Louis, who has just left the house.
Stop! This is help! Help! What you talking about, man?
Don't
Your bag.
shoot! Take it, take it!
Please don't kill me. I'm getting married. I don't want your bag, man. Help! Help!
Billy can't explain it and runs away, but is caught in the end.
What's going to happen to this man?
We're gonna book him on assault, attempted robbery, and resisting arrest.
I'm innocent. This guy bumped into me. I was trying to give him his briefcase back to me. Shit, I can't be going to jail because some asswipe ain't watching where he's going.
Officer, I would like to press full charges. People like this are a menace to decent society.
No one believes Billy no matter what he says. They are sure he is the one doing the wrong thing. Billy yells if there are any lawyers here, but the lawyers all lower their heads and pretend not to hear. Small D has this kind of prejudice, thinking that Billy is born with this kind of person. Big D believes that with the right environment and encouragement, someone like Billy can run a big company, and someone like Louis can also steal and rob. Since they couldn't convince each other, they plan to make a bet to see if the environment will change the two of them. On the other side, Louis is still dating his girlfriend, and Billy is bragging about how he beat the police in prison. They don't know that their fate will be changed because of a bet. The Duke brothers first come to the police station to bail Billy out, and then, they promise to offer him a house, deposits, and an $80,000 annual salary job. Billy has no idea what is wrong with the Duke brothers, but at least he suffers no loss. So, Billy comes to a villa with them. On the other hand, the Duke brothers begin to set traps for Louis. They expose Louis as a thief in the name of investigating. Then they take Louis to the police station and frame him for dealing drugs. Soon they put him in jail and dismiss him. While Louis's girlfriend comes to bail him out, the Duke brothers hire Mary to cheat on his girlfriend. Now, Louis loses his job, as well as his reputation and girlfriend. Mary thinks it's just a joke. She tells Louis she is hired by a man. But that man has already disappeared. Louis tells Mary if she takes him home, there will be some money for her. But when they arrive home, the butler doesn't let them in.
If you don't go away, I shall be forced to call the police.
He comes to the bank and wants to withdraw some cash. However, the bank withdraws all his cards due to his charge. Mary doesn't get the money and even pays a taxi fee, so she wants to quit. Louis begs on his knees to let Mary believe that he is framed. It's the only way for Louis to go home with Mary and think of other ways.
Your hand. Soft hands. And a manicure. Never done a hard day's work in your life, have you? I'm gonna regret this, but come on.
On the other side, Billy comes to the company. The Duke brothers teach him how to operate personally. At first, they trade farm product futures, like pork, orange juice, and many other things. They trade according to the expected future price trend, but their main service is to help customers trade and get commissions. No matter how the price changes, they get paid. Billy quickly understands the rule of this game. The Duke brothers are about to buy the pork futures at the price of 66.8, but Billy thinks it's not a good time. The price will continue to decline. It's because Christmas is coming. Everybody needs money, and now the price of pork is declining. So those who are dumping pork futures will feel more and more panic. Billy suggests they buy in at $64. As they expected, the price begins to decline. This time Billy saves a lot of money for them again. From this, it's easy to see that the Duke brothers have no judgment ability. They can only earn money depending on their managers. Another side, Lewis visits his friends one by one and begs them to trust him, but no one is willing to trust him and lend him money. Even his ex-girlfriend disregards him. In that case, Lewis has to sell his $6,000 watch. The staff loose him up and down and claims that what he gonna sell is stolen. He can only get $50 for this watch. Lewis is desperate and buys a gun. While he passes by a restaurant, he sees Billy talking of everything under the sun. All these used to belong to him. Soon he falls ill. It's lucky to have Mary take care of him and encourage him. On Christmas Day, Lewis comes to the company disguised as Santa Claus. He steals a lot of food and also tries to plant Billy, but he is caught by Billy face to face. Lewis considers Billy has taken everything from him.
I realize this whole experience must have been rather unsettling for you.
Winthrop, don't leave. We can explain.
Yeah. You'll be sorry.
You'll all be very, very sorry.
The Duke brothers let Lewis go while Billy thinks people like Lewis don't deserve sympathy. Now he becomes the old Lewis, considering himself at the next level. Billy is smoking in the bathroom. Suddenly he hears the Duke brothers' conversation.
Hey, up, Mortimer, I won the bet.
Here, $1.
We took a perfectly useless psychopath like Valentine and turned him into a successful executive. And during the same time, we turned an honest, hard-working man into a violently deranged would-be killer. Now, what are we going to do about taking Winthrop back and returning Valentine to the ghetto?
I don't want Winthrop back after what he's done.
Billy finally realizes he is fooled by these two old bastards. Billy tells Lewis everything about the debt. They decide to fight fire with fire and completely crush down the Duke brothers. Billy now acts more rationally than Lewis. The annual orange production forecast report is about to be released. This report will point out the output of oranges in the next year, which will affect the futures price of orange juice. Mary recognizes the man on the TV who planted Lewis. They also find that the name Bikes is the one who is going to escort the report. That is to say, the Duke brothers bribe Bikes in the name of paying salary so that they can get the report in advance to predict the orange production next year and trade early. They come up with an idea. They are going to ruin their deal. Billy eavesdrops on their transaction place. Then they get on a train and switch the real report and use the fake one to transact with the Duke brothers. Next, they raise money to beat the Duke brothers in the market.
Big. Think positive. Never show any sign of weakness. Always go for the throat. Buy low, sell high. Fear, that's the other guy's problem. Nothing you have ever experienced can prepare you for the unbridled carnage you're about to witness. Right. Super Bowl, the World Series, they don't know what pressure is. In this building, it's either kill or be killed. Right. You make no friends in the pits and you take no prisoners. 1 minute, you're up $500,000 in soybeans, and the next, boom, your kids don't go to college and they've repossessed your Bentley. Are you with me?
Yeah, well, we gotta kill him, motherfucker! We gotta kill him!
The Duke brothers tell traders to keep buying orange juice at the beginning of the trading because the information they get shows that the output of oranges will decrease. As the supply decreases, the price will keep rising. They think they have a good chance. Crazy buying has been noticed by many people. Although the report has not been released, it is generally believed that Duke brothers has received internal information. Most people have followed the buying process and the price has soared. Duke brothers are very proud of this. Lewis and Billy feel that the time is almost up, and they begin to sell at the position of 142, and the price falls accordingly. The more they sell, the more the price falls rapidly. The Duke brothers feel that they have been cheated and want to stop the transaction, but it was too late. The report is officially released at this time.
After calculating the estimates from various orange-producing states, we have concluded the following. The cold winter has apparently not affected the orange harvest.
The report shows that the production of oranges has not decreased and the shortage does not exist. So the price of orange juice has fallen all the way, and all the bulls have turned into bears. At this time, Lewis and Billy begin to absorb bulls and continue to close positions. The price finally falls from the high of 142 to 29. Lewis and Billy make a big profit, while Duke brothers lose $394 million, and all their assets are frozen. Lewis and Billy go to the beach for vacation. The film is over here. The film embodies human greed. When the environment changes, people in this environment also affect it. Of course, Billy is also very talented, but in the end, it is Lewis who plays a great role. In the real market, only the money in your circle of competence is what you can earn. Well, let's call it a day. See you next time.